Hi, YouTube. So I am a ex-vegan of a long term vegan. I'm not talking a few years or 5 or 10 or even 15. No, I'm talking extremely long term, 23 something years, I imagine. It was something like that. Yeah, I did a lot of damage to myself. And I just wanted to say that I'm glad it was only myself because I have been noticing on a lot of these YouTube videos, most vegans, if not all, I mean, yeah, all the vegan videos I watch where the vegans have children, they all force their children to be vegans. Can you name one vegan mother on YouTube that did not force her child to be vegan? Because I can't find any of them. No. No, instead what I see these mothers with these poor little children that are malnourished, extremely skinny. They are not developing properly. Their speech is delayed or it's very bad. They don't speak properly, and it's horrible. These children are a lot skinnier than what you think because the camera always adds 10 pounds. So when you see a child and you can see all the bones in their back, and you have to imagine they're even skinnier than that, you know, because the camera makes them look bigger than what they are. Yeah. And when you see a child with behavioral problems and anger issues or lack of imagination. Maybe the way they play is they throw stuff around. They don't have no imagination. And that's also from the vegan diet. It causes brain abnormalities in children. Their brains don't grow properly. I think it's a horrible, cruel, abusive thing to do to a child because they don't have any way to compare how their minds think, how their minds work. They can't compare how they are to how they were, as if because they never were, able to have proper normal brain function because they are raised throughout their whole life, well, except for the mother's milk, but that don't count because most likely she's eating a vegan diet, which means she's low in B12. I don't believe in the supplement thing because that's blood level, that's not tissue level, that's not muscle level. And you don't know how much B12 is actually getting into the milk, and it's synthetic, it's not real, okay? And if it was real, then I guess they're not vegan because that's from an animal. But anyway, okay, I never did force my child. Nope. You know why? Because I'm not cruel. And when my child did not want to eat the same thing I was eating, I would never, ever force that. And I would always cook 2 meals. I cooked mine and I cooked my child's meal. And that's that. Because when I first started going vegan, and I know this is going to sound stupid because it is, but I actually did it because I wanted to lose weight. And the reason that's stupid is because fish don't make you fat. Grass-fed beef don't make you fat. A little bit of eggs now and then, it doesn't make you fat. What makes you fat is sugar and carbs, okay? So vegans have this weird idea that meat is all bad, and it's not all bad. Yeah, I mean, if it's like garbage meat you get from McDonald's, or garbage feedlot meat you get from a grain-fed animal, but back then when I first started going vegan, I didn't know what grass-fed was. I never heard of it. We're talking over 30 years ago, and it's just stupid. And, so I was on a very restrictive diet, didn't drink milk. Well, of course, I didn't drink sodas. And I think if I would have just stopped the sodas and the sugars and the carbs, I think I probably could have done the exact same thing and lost weight. That's what was causing my weight gain, not meat. But nonetheless, factory farm meats aren't the best because they're not high in omega-3s. They're more high in omega-6s. And there probably is, some things about factory meat that's just not good for you because it's not like natural grass-fed, type meats with high amounts of omega-3s that we need for our brain development and brain health. But, I didn't know all this, and I'm so glad I did not force that diet on my child. And again, I can't stress this enough. I'm just not like that. I'm not a mean person. And I think these vegan parents are mean. And I know it sounds judgmental, and maybe I am being judgmental, but I think it's mean because how can you not want your child to get all the nutrients possible? And how could you think that people are just eating meat just to be eating meat, or that that why is it, if it was possible for generations of people to grow up healthy on a vegan diet, why wouldn't any one tribe of people be doing that? I mean, you might say, well, oh, the Indians, in India, but you know what? If you look at their average life expectancy, it's about 65 for the vegan population. And also, they're not really vegan because they eat a lot of butter, they drink a lot of milk, and they eat a lot of bugs. So, yeah, and they don't live very long. But yeah, I just find it is extremely disturbing to see these poor, helpless children. And you can tell they're not developing properly. You can tell how when they talk, they're not forming their words fully. They make half word or half sentences, like I just did. Instead of words, they'll be like word, and like the mother thinks that they think the mother always thinks they're so smart because they can understand their own child when nobody else might not be able to understand them. I just think that's ridiculous. How can they not see? And I'll tell you how they don't see. When I was vegan, it really, really affected my brain more than anything else. And even though I would sound kind of like I kind of got it, I really didn't get it. And a lot of things my mind just couldn't process information. If that makes sense. I could not process information properly. So you could tell a vegan all day long, you're hurting your child, and they're not going to hear anything you say. Their brain will not process it. You could show them right there in front of their face, look, your child isn't forming words properly or sentences properly, and that's not normal for their age. And but look, this is normal, and that's how it should be, and not like, and they still won't get it. Their brains just won't process the information. Why? Because they're brain damaged. Okay, it's true. Take care.